What's good, YouTube? This your man Spill Dog. I was looking in. Usually every year around this time of the year, from football season until it's over, I really don't make a lot of boxing videos because I'm into football. That's kind of a busy time of the year for me. And I was dealing with health issues, different little stuff. But I wasn't making videos, but thanks to Blue Blood Sports and Boxing Ego, they keep me up to date on what's going on. And I saw where Errol Spence, he said he had cataract surgery, and he was saying something about he had some messed up ribs or something like that going into the fight with Terrence Crawford. Now, in my opinion, I think that was a mistake to even bring it up because, now, true enough, he definitely looked like he wasn't all there in the fight, but he took the fight. And you took the fight and lost. What it looked like you're doing now is making excuses. That's what it looked like. Even if it's the truth, at this point, why bring it up? And another thing, people be betting money on these fights, and that ain't a good look to tell your fans after they done lost the gang and scratch on you that you came in the ring not 100% and somewhat leading the fans on and getting and basically jagging they scratch off while you get yours. The type of dude Crawford is, this could put the rematch in real jeopardy because I think Crawford, he's gonna feel like he getting slighted, and like Spence don't want to give him the credit for winning that fight like he did. And from where I'm sitting at, everybody who watched my channel know I was with Spence all day in that fight, and he went out there and really just laid an egg. He definitely wasn't himself. But at this point, why bring up that kind of shit right now? Really, the cataract situation, more than likely, if he had him in a fight with Terrence, he probably had him when he fought Ugas and some of them other dudes. I think he wasn't. I'm not gonna say what I think did or didn't happen. What happened was Crawford walked through him and pretty much dominated him out of sight of the first and the third round. And Earl need to get in there and redeem himself. Ain't no doubt about that. But this is, just the type of person Terrence Crawford is. I wouldn't have done this. I would have, I would have kept this low key as I could until we rematched and the fight was over, or maybe a day or two before the fight in one of the press conferences. Once y'all signed, sealed, and delivered, and about to get in the ring, if you want to talk about it, that'll be a good time. But it, we all know, all of us athletes who done played sports in their life, whether it be basketball, football, boxing, whatever it is. If you ain't 100%, don't take your ass out there. Because if you go out there, don't nobody want to, the excuses, don't nobody want to hear. Especially if you didn't speak on them beforehand. Once again, same thing happened with Shakur Stevenson. I done made up my mind. I'm going to fall back on a lot of these dudes as far as betting, because these guys be lying and going in the ring knowing they ain't 100% going to get that check. So basically, if what you saying is true, then you was perpetrating the whole time. You couldn't have thought you was gonna go in there and beat Bud 50% of yourself. This is what it's making it sound like when you hear the excuses, reasons, whatever you want to call it. But I just think Earl is bigger than this. I kind of didn't expect nothing like this out of him. Maybe he ain't the one that leaked it. Maybe it came out before and he just had no choice but to respond. But I think he know, just like everybody knows, if you get in the ring, if you get on the court, if you on the football field, wherever, if you take your ass out there, then ain't no excuses. You can't bring that shit up because you came out there, because what a lot of people do, if they get injured or something in training camp, they postpone the damn fight. Mike Tyson and Holyfield was supposed to fight before Mike went to prison. I think he injured one of his ribs in training. they postponed the fight. Now he ended up going to jail and all kind of other shit happened, but he didn't go in the ring because he said he was hurt. You know, I've seen several big fights get delayed. Hell, Muhammad Ali and George Foreman. Remember when Foreman got the injury over there in Africa? They had to put the fight off in 6 weeks. Sometimes, you know, when Keith Thurman and Sean Porter was getting ready to fight, and Keith said he had the accident or whatever, they had to bag the fight up a few months. I mean, usually when a person hurt or injured, they'll just go ahead and ask for a little time to get right, you know. So, I mean, I won't. I'm not gonna say that he lying, but what I will say is it just look. I mean, it take, you know, it just in a sense, it's almost like trying to take credit away from Crawford for the win. And bottom line, shit, he won the fight, and you know you got a rematch. You just got to go in there and straighten it. I think, to me, it would have made more sense to speak on all this shit after the second fight. You know, now the cataract eye surgery, he might not have been able to hide that. But I just wouldn't have brought none of this shit up. I wouldn't have spoke about it because I would have just let the ass whooping be the ass whooping. The excuse of why you got it, that's like, say you in a club and you drunk and you get knocked out. I mean, well, that's your fault you was in there drunk talking shit and got knocked out. You know, so you can't, you know, you just can't, you know, it ain't a good look from where I'm sitting at, you know, and especially with the type of dude that we dealing with, he'll fuck around and just retire. You know, Crawford, you know, he got plenty of money, and you know, I just, cause I want to see the fight bad. I really would like to see Spence at 100%, or himself fighting Crawford to really see what's up. Cause like I say, Ray Charles could see something wasn't right with him that night. You know, he didn't look strong. You know, he was a little slow, a little lethargic. You know, he didn't look right walking in the ring. You know, he looked like he was a little high. Now, I know he wasn't, but he had that glaze in his eye. That could have been where he was weight trained or whatever. I don't know, but you went in the ring and fought. So from that point on, don't none of that shit matter. Don't none of that shit matter. I seen Floyd break his hand in the fight and finish the fight and win. You know, I seen, who was that? Muhammad Ali, he broke his hand fighting, I think it was Ken Norton. He lost the fight, but he went on and fought 12 rounds. I've seen, when I think it was the big head, but that Holyfield gave, I seen Rockmont, and they had to stop the fight because he kept on going. I mean, so I'm just saying, you know, fighters fight with injuries, and a lot of them still win the fight sometimes. You know, I just feel like it ain't nothing that needs to be spoke on. You know, it don't gotta be no excuse. You just lost. It ain't no big deal. I mean, I don't know nobody. Only people that don't lose, the people on YouTube, in the streets, in the neighborhood, wherever. When you hear a motherfucker talking about they ain't never had their ass whooped before, well, either it's one or two things. They ain't fought that many people, or they picked and choose who they was fighting. But when you just fight whoever, because you feeling like that, or whatever the case may be, you ain't gonna win all of them. Sometimes you're gonna run up on a motherfucker that's a little bit better than you. You know, and it ain't nothing wrong with that. No harm, no foul. I mean, from my standpoint, the referee stopped the fight. Earl didn't. He was more than willing to keep fighting on. You know, so from that point on, you know, a motherfucker can respect that. You know, I mean, you know, so from where I'm sitting at, I hope this don't jeopardize the second fight, because I truly believe if they fight again, it's going to definitely be a different, completely different fight. I do not see Spence coming in there unprepared like that again, you know. And then so maybe if what he's saying is true, maybe I owe Derrick James an apology, because I felt like to me, I thought he was underprepared. I thought he wasn't ready. You know, that's what it looked like to me. And then, you know, all these long ass layoffs, that ain't helping you none. You know, so I just hope this don't jeopardize the fight none. And I would also tell Spence if he start bullshitting this time, go take you a fight with somebody else, cause you obviously need to be in the ring more after the last fight you had with Crawford. And I don't give a damn about them excuses. Just stay in the ring and stay busy. And I think none of this shit don't happen. I really believe, like Keith Thurman, them injuries and shit and stuff don't really start until they start taking too long a layoff, and then want to start training hard after been partying and laying up fucking for a year or two, and now you got to get ready for a fight. It seemed to me like when the dudes start doing that, they start getting injured more so than when they fighting 2 or 3 times a year. Like Spence used to have at least 2 to 3 fights a year until he started getting them belts. And the same thing with Keith Thurman. Their career is mimicking in some degree. They got the belts and stopped fighting, whether it be injuries, COVID, whatever the fuck the case may be. Bottom line, going 2 years straight out the ring, and obviously don't look like had been doing a whole lot of training when you wasn't in there. I mean, Crawford stayed busy. Crawford had 2 fights that year before he fought Spence. He was ready to go. He was ready to go. Earl was looking good after he fought Ugas, and Crawford shelved him. So from where I'm sitting at, he let Crawford pretty much dictate everything, and Crawford, he probably ain't gonna show him the respect that Earl showed him. He ain't never showed that he that type of guy. He moving on his own tune, and you can't be mad at him about that. You should think the same way. I think Earl wanted the money better than he wanted to win that fight last time, and who's to say that ain't the case again? I gotta see now. If he went in the ring and had all them injuries last time, what's to say he won't do that shit again? So from where I'm sitting at, I definitely want to see the fight. I definitely ain't betting on it. And I just want to see him go out there and represent himself like who the fighter he really is, and leave these excuses and shit out of it, because I just think he's bigger than that, and it's a little disrespectful to Crawford to say you had all these injuries after a big fight like that. It's almost like trying to take some of the credit from him, man. Even if it's true, you shouldn't have went out there. You damn sure should let your fans know a little something if you wasn't A1 and let folks go out here and put their money on you, and you ain't going in there right against the best fighter of your career. So like I said, man, I hope he get the rematch and get out there and redeem himself. But he really need to let this shit go. Talking about injuries that he had before the fight, it ain't a good look from where I'm sitting at. But that's it for me on this video. If you like the video, hit the like and subscribe. Till next time, it's your man Spill Dog. I'm out.